Okay, guys, just give me 1 second to get both streams up and running. Hopefully we don't have problems crashing again because I think I fixed the issue, but you know, I'm a caveman, so what do I know? So basically, not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. All right, well, whatever. Basically, I have nailed down a venue for us to have our events. Don't bother asking about a website. Our website was taken down because we had Ministeriopsis copy vine for sale, and I'm not going to create another one because I'm not really trying to get the general public to come to these events. I want people from this community. I want people from my Patreon. I want people that have been here before. I want people that I know and that we know are going to be a great fit because this is not really a commercial venture in my eyes. This is something we do once or twice, maybe 3 times a year, and we try to keep it in the family. So basically, we are in the Pisac area. We're looking at the Blue Lotus Retreat Center as our host, and we are going to have some Andean guest shaman working with huachuma or San Pedro, as you may know it, preparation and, you know, and by that I mean preparation of the actual medicine, preparation of the mind and body, ideal diets. Hello from Mendoza, Argentina. I know you, Orbis Participe. I also figured out who Natural State is just now. I was wondering about that for quite some time. So as far as the dates go, what we are doing is waiting for the poll to be finished on Monday, but right now September is winning by an absolute landslide. So what I may do is have the main event in September. Some of you guys may be interested in coming to do one-on-ones for just a week or two. And in that case, you are welcome to contact me via email and make your arrangements to come and work with a small group of 1 or 2 people. Of course, the usual stuff will be on the table. We're probably going to go to Manu for a week. I'm going to have this divided up into optional segments. So there will be a trip to Machu Picchu for those that want to spend the extra money to do that. It's actually not that much more, but I thought I would have like a base that is just the retreat, and then we will have excursions off into Machu Picchu because that creates you know, some stimulation for the economy. We'll employ local Quechua guides to take people out and go around. And also, I have been made aware by local author Camille Sauvé. I apologize, Camille, if I'm butchering your name again, but she told me about a place called Temple of the Sun, and the town that is next to Temple of the Sun, this is all very close, by the way, to where I live, is supposed to be the most Incan of all of the towns in Peru. So it has retained the tradition. Getting in regards to the Temple of the Sun is that it is better than Machu Picchu. Did I freeze again? Nope, I guess I did not fix my computer issues, did I? Oh, Reaper's not working? Oh my god, yeah, everything is still crashing. Well, ain't that a bitch. Okay, sorry guys. Let me get this. Yeah, I know that. Trying to fix it. Okay. So now we should be back online. And then if you guys watched my last video that just posted, if not, you should, about the Andean superfood, cushuro. Cushuro, excuse me, it's a blue-green algae that comes from the lakes around here, and it is higher in protein than meat, and it has very digestible protein, and then a whole tremendous list of other benefits, including like UV radiation, eating it right up, all sorts of. Did I freeze again, or is this just not caught up? No, it's got nothing to do with the mic cable. My computer's, I think it has a hardware problem or something. Anyways, yeah, cushuro will be included in every meal. It's absolutely wild, and it has absolutely no taste. They're just these little pellets, little blue-green algae pellets with cyanobacteria. And the more research is done, the more it is turning out that it is just the most extraordinary thing ever. And so I am in the middle of engineering a diet that is optimized for brain, heart, and inflammation, which, those are the obvious things to check off. But here in the valley, we have a tremendous number of superfoods. Maca is endogenous to this area. We have the blue-green algae from the lakes. We have lucuma. We have these berries. I still know what they're called. They're definitely edible. They're like long, skinny berries, and they're everywhere. Like, it's so abundant, it's insane. And they are like long and skinny, but they taste like figs, like little fig berries. And then there are blackberries and salco berries that are better than blueberries, absolutely amazing. They sell yogurts and whatnot that are made from these. So coca flour, we're using coca flour in a lot of the meals. So we have superfood pancakes. I have a video coming up, but these will be breakfast at the retreat. They are made from ground coca leaves, lucuma fruit, harina. How do you say it in English? Flour. Forgetting how to speak English. I've been down here too long. So lucuma flour and maca as well in the pancakes with the salca berries. And the benefit of those pancakes, by the way, aside from the stimulating effect of the cocaine alkaloid that's in the coca leaves, there's also enzymes, and I don't even know what, but definitely something that flushes all of the toxins out of your body. So if you chew too much coca, you smell like rotten ass. It's terrible. Like, you stink. Bad. Frozen again? Oh my God. Jeez. Not voice, though, just camera, right? Not for me. No, Goldstein is right. We're frozen again. It's just my camera. No, it's just my... No, nothing's frozen. You liar. Goldstein. Why are you fucking with me like that? But yeah, so... So I was saying the purpose of these pancakes really is to cleanse the system. And the lucuma has a lot of indissoluble fiber, so it pulls waste out of the intestines and colon, cleans things up, and the combination of that with the coca and the maca, I mean, we're really talking about some major physical transmutation of lead into gold. And aside from that, of course, there are ruins all over the place. There are lakes, beautiful high country lakes. It only takes about 2 or 3 hours to hike all the way to the peaks and get into the snow from where we are. And then, of course, the transformative power of the medicines does not need any introduction or explanation. I'm sure every single one of you out there is familiar with it. The jungle trip is going to be optional. We will have at least one ayahuasca ceremony, but mostly the focus is going to be on Andean medicine for obvious reasons when in Rome. And those are the kind of shamans that are around. But we also have this weird detail of a whole bunch of adepts of the Western mysteries have moved to the area. So we'll probably do some classes and some talks with those guys. Generally, are we going camping? Are we going to be camping? Yeah, we'll go camping. Well, there are ruins that we can hike to that are not like protected in the sense that you can build a fire and drink medicine and camp there if you want to. No one's going to say anything. So that's a pretty amazing quality of this area. Also, we'll go to the ruins around Cusco that have the vitrified stone, the melted glass. No one knows how they could have done it. It's just really a tremendous bundle of mysteries down here. There's not a lot of answers. The elongated skulls, we still don't know a whole hell of a lot about that. We don't really have answers. We don't have answers for the Nazca lines. We don't know how they vitrified the stones. Where are guests going to be sleeping at? We are going to rent the Blue Lotus Retreat Center near Pisac. It's in Pisac, really. So you'll have a room. You'll just have your own private room. There may be dormitories there too. I don't know. I'll ask her. In which case, there could be a lower price for people that want to share rooms. And if there are rooms that have a couple of beds, then you could also save some money by sharing rooms. So basically, the way I've always done this in the past is whoever makes the first deposit chooses the dates. So I'm thinking September is probably best. But whoever makes the first deposit will determine the start date at this point. That's how we're doing it. That's how we've always done it before. And this will be the only MountainGnosis event of the year as well, because I am going to be focused on writing a book, and I don't want to be distracted from my task. And there's something else that's happening that I'm not going to tell you about until after it happens. So there are reasons. There are reasons. If you guys have any other questions, I'm down to answer them. I don't have a lot of time right now because I am preparing for a gig and I'm going to meet a new friend. This is one of the people that, I did that atomic nucleus or atomic soul family live stream the other day. And I actually forgot a couple of really important stories that would have put that stuff into context a little bit better. But this is the school teacher that grabbed me out of the club and dragged me outside and then just started talking to me about all these things that he somehow seemed to know that I would understand. And I'm going to go and talk to him for the first time since then and see what in the hell was going through his mind. And there's dynamite in the mountains going off. They've been blasting out there. Last night, there was some sort of Quechua, there's some sort of Quechua festival going on this week, I guess, and they built this 40-foot structure out of bamboo, and it had fireworks all over it, and they would light them at the bottom. First, I'll post some videos of this stuff. First, this guy comes running out in a cow costume, and then it starts exploding, like rockets shooting off of it, twirly fireworks, just like an atomic cow. And that went on for 5 minutes or so, spraying sparks all over the audience and stuff. And then they lit this 40-foot bamboo structure, and I was expecting it just to burn up, but instead, the rockets shot and lit other fuses. I don't know if any of you guys have ever tried to aim a bottle rocket, but it's not easy. I don't know how they were so precise, but they shot the rockets up, lit the other fuses, and wheels started spinning all over this thing, and a picture of Jesus unrolled and then burst into flames, and those flames lit some UFOs. I don't know how the fuck they did this. They spun around, they were UFO shaped, and they spun around with lights inside them. They were also made bamboo, and they just took off into the sky. Unfortunately, I didn't have my camera on when that happened. That was probably the coolest part. But I'm actually really excited to see what the rest of the week holds, because that was the preliminary celebration, and the real festival doesn't start for a few more days. So I'm assuming that was the tame stuff. Giant flaming bamboo explosive Jesus thingy. Really, really wild. So yeah, you guys, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. I guess you probably understand what is happening. I'm hoping to see some of you guys from previous events. And remember that if you have been to a previous Jungle Gnosis event, you get a discount at your second event, and it's pretty substantial. Also, patrons, depending on how long you've been a patron, you will also receive a discount, and groups also get discounted. Will the book be in PDF format or in paper? Both. And there's probably going to be 2 books, because people just commenting in various places have said things like, I can't wait for the outlaw book, and I can't wait for the metaphysical book, and so I cannot make those 2 things one thing. So I guess I have to do a biographical outlaw book, and then also the hermetic and magical kind of stuff. So, okay, guys, questions? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Nice. I'm definitely going to buy both of the books. Well, I appreciate that. We definitely appreciate support from everyone that joins our Patreon, and also from people that contribute to the options in the chat. And Kahame, I will, what the fuck just happened? I will talk to you tomorrow morning at like 1 o'clock. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's all. This is just a quick 15-minute stream to announce that we are definitely moving forward with the MountainGnosis project, and everything is looking amazing. I'm feeling better than I have been in years due to this diet. I've been eating nothing but farm-raised goats and farm-raised eggs and raw milk and coca and blue-green algae and seaweed and just all sorts of wild food, and that's what we're going to be doing at the retreat. So it's going to be a tremendous opportunity to cleanse yourself mentally and physically, and if you ever wanted to pick my brain in person, it'll allow plenty of opportunity for that. San Pedro is a lot more loose than ayahuasca ceremonies tend to be. The ayahuasca ceremonies tend to be extremely regimented. Everyone is silent except for when the talking stick is passed around at the end. There's not a whole hell of a lot of interaction unless it's with me or one of the other facilitators. And San Pedro is much more loose. So there's a lot more conversation and a lot more interaction. And it's just kind of the nature of the medicine is that it's very cerebral and kind of masculine, and there's a lot of information coming in very, very rapidly. And in fact, at very high doses, one tends to become light. A photon in the form of a tesseract. I've seen a number of people have this very same specific vision. The shamans will know about it. It is, in my opinion, also, it's not necessarily a conversation with a plant spirit. It is actually that the plant has taken down the filter between your consciousness and the light itself. And so San Pedro is allowing or facilitating a conversation directly with the light, which is the source of our consciousness. And in the case of ayahuasca, it's kind of a different frequency of that light. It's sort of the other side of the coin, and it's got more to do with the body. You could think of it as light in its like fluid form is the photon and the plant food and the sunshine, and it's still a spectrum of light with ayahuasca, but it's sort of the if you think of matter as light in a frozen wave, it's kind of that side of the coin. So I hope to see all of you guys. I know some of you definitely who you are that are definitely going to come. We are not going to have a ton of space, so if you're serious about coming, you should make a deposit right away so that you can ensure that you will be one of the 10 or so people that attends this event, because we always keep it small, we always keep it in the community, because these big ceremonies are ridiculous and unethical, and that's just not appropriate. It's better to keep it in the tribe, in the traditional days of ayahuasca and San Pedro, but I think more importantly with ayahuasca, because your energy is so open. The shaman knew you your entire life. He knew your family, he knew your friends, he knew your traumas, he knew your grandparents' traumas, he knew your traumas. So if you're going to one of these big commercial centers with 150 strangers, you're probably brain dead. You know what I mean? It's not good. It is not good. It's not smart. It's not wise. It's just trendy and toxic, and that's just not how things should be done. So don't do that. Yeah, you can swim in the lakes, but I don't know that you're going to want to. It's cold as hell up here. We're way up high. Yeah, that's why I keep it in the community. I'm not gonna put I had a website. I'm not gonna make another one, and I'm not gonna promote outside of the community. So it'll probably be almost entirely people that have met in this chat, if not in person in the past at one of the other events. So I gotta go because I have other stuff that I have to attend to. I'm probably gonna do a music stream tonight around 8 o'clock. I've been working really hard on my voice. Woo, what a name, dude. Puyatur. Right on, Robert, and everyone else, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. Go check out my Andean superfood salad video with the absurd and also pretty vulgar, don't watch it with your toddler, music video at the end. Kind of a weird thing to stick onto the salad video, but I used the country boner part of the song for the making of the salad, and then I thought I would put the rest of the song at the end of the video and then make a little video to go along with it. So it's a pretty bonkers thing to do, but that's how I am. And if you don't like it, you know what you can do. So I hope to see 10 of you guys. I would say all of you, but only 10 of you at the event. Maybe 12, but probably only 10. And email luminosis111@gmail.com to communicate with me about that. Please consider joining our Patreon, where you have access to 5 years of stuff that the public does not, and also our voice chats. Monday, there's going to be a lot more of us, and the last one was incredible. So if you're not there, you're missing out, and that's sad for you and for us, because I'm sure we would enjoy your company. And also,